That's a long last minute. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 10K Project and to our first Bet on Black pitch. We have for you this evening these wonderful gentlemen from a company called Dashible. And Dashible is an application that helps consumers find deals, discounts, and promotions at local businesses. They're currently in the New York and New Jersey area, but they are expanding nationally in 2021. I want to introduce to you CEO Marvin Johnson and Tony Carter. And before they get started, I just want to share my screen and show you where their campaign is. We talked about in the community the other day that there are some questions they can't outright answer because the SEC prevents them from doing so. So some of the specific details of their offering, you have to actually go to where their campaign is listed and get that information. The SEC says you have to read the specifics of the offering for yourself. And the SEC does that so that you're not confused by something that maybe a founder says and you don't really understand it, or maybe they make a mistake and say a different percentage. So you read it for yourself, and the SEC is really, really clear about that. So I'm going to share my screen really quick so I can show you where to go. Okay. And Dashible is listed on netcapital.com. They are the portal. You go to invest. There'll then be a bar for you to search. You just put Dashible in there. If you even put just the DA, they'll pop up. And then you go all the way down to the bottom of their campaign page. And you'll start seeing all the legal documents. Here are the financial documents. Here's the offering statement. So you want to absolutely look at that. And then here's their Form C. So these are all of their disclosures and legal notices, right? So that's how you're going to find out some of the specifics of their deal. I'm going to stop sharing. Again, if you have any questions as the gentlemen are presenting, please put them in the Q&A. We want to get through all of your questions, and the best way to do that this evening is for you to put them in the Q&A for us. All right, I am going to sit back and enjoy. I'm going to hand it over to Marvin, who is going to tell you everything you want to know about this beautiful company, Dashible.
Thank you, Tawana. I appreciate it. Let me share my screen real quick. You should be able to see my screen now. Well, hello everybody. Thanks for coming out tonight. We're proud to be the first presenters to the 10K project. Hopefully we meet everyone's expectations. So thanks everybody for coming out today. I want to tell you a little bit about Dashible, what Dashible is, how we got to where we are, and where we're planning to go in the future. And we'll be answering any questions that you have. And if you have questions that can't get answered today, we'll share our contact information so you can contact us in the future if you have any follow-on questions. So basically what Dashible does, and Tawana kind of touched on this already, is we really help local retailers. We're focused on local small businesses and helping them thrive and make more money by increasing the lifetime value of their customers and finding new customers. And then, being able to get those customers coming back more and more, increase that lifetime value, the amount of money they get from each individual company or customer that they do business with. But at the same time, they're helping consumers find new businesses to frequent and while saving money and making that a fun and engaging thing to do. So it's not searching through lists and getting emails that you don't like about businesses that you're not interested in. So we're trying to solve some of those pains. So a little bit about myself and Tony. Tony and I have known each other for quite a while. This is not our first rodeo. We've done business together before, formally at different companies that we started in the past, and also different side projects and things of that nature. So a little bit about my background. I started out in the U.S. Navy as a nuclear submarine officer. Did that for about 6 years. Got my MBA, and then Tony and I started a small company called Cypherlink, which is an information security company down in Atlanta, Georgia. And we actually merged that company into another company that we started called iCobo. And iCobo is where we really got our first feet wet into building a large global business. It was a online money transfer company. We competed with the likes of PayPal and Western Union back in 2001. We grew it to a substantial company. We had customers in 120 countries around the world. So this is back in 2001 to 2005. We're able to acquire customers around the globe. We even had customers in Antarctica. So we allow people to send money willy-nilly. We're doing really, really well. We exited, but not as much as we should have because we got in bed with pretty much the wrong investors. During that time period, people the likes of Peter Thiel and Elon Musk, who everybody knows, they were calling us all the time because we were competing with PayPal and doing better than PayPal around the world. And they were trying to figure out what we're doing. From there, I did some work at MasterCard as VP of Product Development and Product Manager at MasterCard, and that led us to Dashible. And a little bit about Tony. We have somewhat similar backgrounds. Tony was in the Air Force. He's an information security specialist, and he handles all the IT and technical sides of the house of Dashible. And of course, we founded iCobo together as well. And Tony's worked for many companies like Coca-Cola, TVA, a lot of large companies around the world, around the country rather. And we have a team of about 7 people now, and some of the other people are listed at the bottom of that page. So we initially had the idea for Dashible after talking to some small business owners that we know. One owned a restaurant, the other one owned a gym. And they had both, by chance, had just recently run Groupon deals. And they're just complaining about how egregious Groupon was for them. They're complaining about the stuff like the 50% revenue share that Groupon retains. People don't really understand that Groupon keeps half the money that they take from you for buying a Groupon, and the business only gets half of that Groupon expense that you pay. And they weren't getting a lot of repeat business. They were saying that they got a lot of people come, but nobody came back. And Groupon kind of controlled their campaigns. Groupon kind of crammed things down their throat that they really didn't like. And it just wasn't a good situation, but there wasn't any alternative. And from a consumer side, we had both used Groupon ourselves, and we weren't happy with Groupon as customers. Paying for vouchers that expired. It wasn't personalized. I still get emails from Groupon every other day about laser hair removal and things of that nature that I'm never going to use. But for the last 10 years, they keep sending me stuff about laser hair removal. So we figured if there's this large two-sided marketplace run by this multi-billion-dollar business, and both sides of the marketplace aren't happy, there has to be a better way. And we sat down and created Dashible. And before we started doing anything, we spent some time and we interviewed almost 50 different businesses to figure out what they needed to help themselves grow when it comes to deals and things of that nature. And we kind of extended it from just deals to building a platform that these businesses can use to help grow their business. So what we figured to solve some of these problems, businesses can use a deal platform. It's been proven that a deal will change the customer's purchase behavior. Like a deal will cause a person to change what they're intended to do based on going to get a good deal. I'm going to go to restaurant A, but restaurant B has a great deal, so I'll change my behavior and go to restaurant B. So deals do work, and they're an effective way to attract new customers. But if people come to just get the deal and they never come back, what's the benefit? The business has spent money for a one-time acquisition that may even lose them money on that one transaction. The thing is to keep those people coming back and make them loyal customers. So we've also integrated a loyalty component to Dashible. So we have deals to acquire new customers, then loyalty to keep those customers coming back. And that's how we help them build that lifetime value of the customer over a longer period of time. That and among other things that we'll be building onto the platform as well. So our whole strategy is to really help these businesses throughout the entire customer life cycle. Finding new customers by using deals to attract those new customers, then applying a loyalty component to keep those people coming back. And when they're not in your store or your place of business, to be able to engage with those people digitally via SMS, email, social media, things of that nature, to build that tight relationship with that business. And this really came to light during the pandemic, because I'm in New York, and when the lockdown happened, a lot of businesses were disconnected from their customers. But they're used to customers coming in and having that FaceTime with customers walking down the street. A lot of these people had these paper loyalty punch cards that don't really allow that business to reach out to that person unless that person brings that paper punch card in. They didn't really have a good digital way to reach out and communicate with their customers on an ongoing basis. Also building out some customer engagement aspects to the platform as well, like the ability to post to social media, the ability to do email marketing, SMS marketing as well. So we're trying to help these businesses really stay in touch and interact with those customers throughout the entire customer life cycle. So looking at the market, it's a really big market. Small businesses, there's about 29 million SMBs in the United States. And they spend about $105 billion a year on deals and loyalty. It's a really large number. You look at all the small businesses spending, a couple $1,000s a month on average for these types of promotions and products. And a lot of times not really getting the benefit of that. So we're not attacking the entire $105 billion. No, Tony and I understand we really have to target and find the low-hanging fruit. We found the low-hanging fruit to be about a $45 billion market, which is about 10 to 15 million businesses that we can verify digitally. Because we want to build a really scalable, fast-growing business that doesn't require a lot of people. So we don't want to get in a situation where we have to really go out and personally vet everybody that's on the platform. We want this to be a really, pure digital play. So those businesses represent people that we can use online tools and technology to verify that you're a legitimate business and that you're somebody we want to do business with. So you have to be listed on Yelp or Google My Places in order to sign up for the Dashible platform as a business. But $45 billion is still a really, really big market to go after. So we make money via charging businesses a subscription fee to use the platform. So the subscription fees, tiered up from free up to $129 a month based on how big that company is or that business is, how many locations they are, and how many deals they want to run simultaneously throughout a month. The average cost to run a Groupon campaign is $9,000 to run one Groupon campaign. We're trying to democratize that and bring the price point down to a point where any small mom and pop can afford to use our platform. And one of the things we really want to do is build a large base of businesses using our platform to give customers more choice. So a business may be able to do a Groupon promotion once a year. We want Dashible to be something they can use ongoing throughout their entire year based on what's happening at that particular moment in time. And from the consumer side, for now, it's free. We have ideas in the future of how to monetize consumers, but for now, we want to keep prices low and let people onboard to the platform and as we build that scale. So the way the platform works, I don't know why this happens. Ignore that gray box. I don't know where it's coming from. But we sit in the middle, and on the left-hand side, we have local retailers that use our platform. On the right-hand side is consumers. So we offer for both of these constituents is a way to digitally interact with us. On the left-hand side, we have a website or web portal that merchants go onto, and we've got it streamlined to where it takes less than 10 minutes for a business to go to our website, sign up, get verified as being legitimate, and launch a deal or a loyalty campaign in 10 minutes. It literally takes 10 minutes. I've watched over someone's shoulder several times, and without talking to them and watched them go through the entire process, it takes 5 to 10 minutes. And I've seen people almost fall out of their seats. They're like, is that easy? Yeah, it's that easy. Because Tony and I, we've had a lot of experience dealing with online financial services and things of that nature. We use a lot of that, applying for a debit or prepaid card or bank account online, and how we streamline that using technology and applying that to the Dashible portal. And on the right-hand side, we have a mobile app for consumers. And you guys are welcome to download our app from the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. There's only deals in New York City right now, but there should be a pop-up that will say, hey, there's no deals around. You want to look for deals in New York City. You can actually play with the app as if you were in New York City. And the app is really fun to use. It's really engaging. If you ever used those apps like Tinder or Bumble where you're swiping left and right, we have a similar thing in the Dashible app where you swipe right on deals you like, swipe left on deals you don't like. And people find that that's really fun to do. But for us, it provides value because that's data that we're gaining about you to feed our machine learning engine. We also have a loyalty program I'll discuss as well, where we have digital loyalty cards that you can also have in your Dashible app, so you don't have the paper loyalty cards anymore. So Dashible sits in the middle and brings these two parties together. And one of the big things we're doing is building a machine learning engine that Tony's working on right now. And the machine learning engine will learn your likes, dislikes, your behaviors of you and your friends, so on and so forth. So we can present to you deals that you're going to like more so than not. And that's what that swiping does. People think it's fun to swipe left and right. Those left, right, and swipe right swipes feed our machine learning engine to help it understand what you like and don't like. So no more getting emails about laser hair removal or things you're never going to use. We'll be able to send you emails and notification deals that you're more likely to like. And I guess a comparison would be like Instagram, Facebook, whatever. They really build these really good propensity models about what you like to do online. we're doing the same thing about what you like to do offline to help you, guide you through your life and help you save money without you having to really think about it. So a little bit about our applications. Of course, you can download the apps and play with it live in the App Store. We talked about the swiping right and swiping left on deals. It's instant gratification, is real time. So with Dashible, if you see a deal that you like, you just go to the business with your phone and redeem that deal in real time. There's no waiting, no buying a voucher, waiting for the next day, things of that nature, no prepayment. So it's really simple. You can walk down, you want to find ice cream, say, oh, look and see the deal of ice cream nearby, and go in and get that. Over time, we'll be able to know that you like ice cream on the weekends and you and your friends, and we'll send you a prompt. Hey, Marvin, it's Saturday night, and do you want some ice cream? There's a deal around the corner from ice cream, things of that nature. And of course, we've constructed everything for the current day to be social media friendly, so the deals can be shared easily through social media via the press of a button, and it's location based, which is one of the really exciting things about Dashible. It helps you find things around you that you're going to like without you having to go look for those things. And we have a loyalty component as well. So we talked about the paper loyalty cards that a lot of businesses still use, like where you get your 10 stamps, buy 10 ice cream cones, get one free. We've taken that same concept and digitized it. So now that business can give you a digital Dashible loyalty card, buy 10 ice cream cones to get one free. You come in, you scan a QR code to get your star. Once you've gotten your 10 stars to get your free ice cream cone, the Dashible system creates a deal especially for you for a free ice cream cone and puts that deal into a folder on your phone, and you come back and redeem that deal whenever you see fit. Another thing that businesses like a lot as well is that we have graduated rewards. So to simply put it, that first card you get, once you complete and get your free ice cream cone, the second card you get to replace that card does not have to be the same. So they can up to 99 levels. So your second card could be buy 15 ice cream cones, get a t-shirt. Your third card could be, buy 5 more and get a pizza party, whatever the business wants to do to keep you coming back and make you loyal. Because now, if you've gotten 20 stamps at this place and your next thing is to get a free bottle of champagne, you're gonna go to this pizza shop and not go to the one down the street because you're kind of tied into that pizza shop or whatever that business may be. I'm sorry about the thing there. On the business side, businesses love us because of reporting analytics that we have. We give them control. It only takes 10 minutes to sign up and get going, so there's not a lot of things to learn. They can use it all the time, and we use that information to help build reporting analytics to help them continue to optimize their marketing campaigns and their loyalty campaigns. We made it completely self-service, so a business can get in there and do what they want to do, in ways that fit their business at that particular point in time. It's affordable, we discussed before. We don't take any revenue share, subscription based. Our goal is to keep prices low and to let as many people use the platform as possible. And of course, it's real time. So if a business sees an opportunity or a need, they can launch a deal campaign in real time. Say there's a game down the street and the game is going to be let out in the next hour, they can push a deal out right now and not have to wait for an account management team or anybody else to get involved to help them launch their deal. So they can react quickly to market conditions. So where we've done to date, kind of over the last several months, we have over 375 businesses on board into the platform in New York City. We consciously last year, slowed down signing up businesses because of the pandemic, and now we're starting to ramp things up. We spent some time last year just refining our sales processes, building out the loyalty platform, things of that nature, and kind of just said we'll kind of wait and grow slowly until the economy starts to reopen, which is now. Which is why we're raising money and starting to promote ourselves again as the economy opens. We have about 1,500 app users of the app, and that's our main focus right now, is getting more and more users of the app. And we have one third-party integration via an API, if you're technical, that allows our system to talk to other people's systems and allow other people's systems to show Dashible deals. The first partner we have is Eat Okra. Eat Okra is an app that lists Black-owned restaurants throughout the country, and the Black-owned restaurant is on Eat Okra and creates a Dashible deal. That Dashible deal will also show up in Eat Okra app. So we'll be looking for other partners like that to help distribute our services to more people through third-party channels. A little bit about what's happened over the last few months, rather. We graduated from an accelerator called Founder Gym. It's an accelerator out in Seattle, Washington, that focused on founders of color, underrepresented founders. We got a grant from the Coalition to Back Black Businesses and another one from the Bay Good Foundation last year, which is Beyonce's organization. We recently got accepted in Ernst & Young Entrepreneurs Access Network. So it's their inaugural year. And everyone, I think most people know what Ernst & Young is. They work with many companies around the world over a long period of time. And they've accepted us into this really exclusive cohort. We're working with Ernst & Young directly to help grow our business. And they're taking through a lot of their the business learnings that they've learned throughout the history of Ernst & Young to help us, figure out how to help Dashible grow better. And of course, we have access to different resources within Ernst & Young for free. And this year's been coming off things are happening pretty quickly this year. We also got into the Start with Android program with Google. So now we have a direct point of contact within Google that will help us get pretty much access to whatever we need within Google. The first thing Google is going to do is assign some of their Google engineers to deconstruct the Dashible app and give us ideas of how to make the app more engaging, user-friendly. They're going to test to make sure it works on all Google devices. And Google will also help us promote the app in the Play Store when we launch nationally. So we'll have Google helping us push the app this year as well. Just yesterday, we got accepted to another accelerator out in Silicon Valley called the Battery. And the Battery is as an accelerator for startups. They have investors and guidance, and also will help us get access to investors in the Silicon Valley area. So we're excited to be part of that. And in a few weeks, we have our first big event of the year. It's called the Atlantic Avenue Dash. If you go to our YouTube channel, it's under Dashible. You see some videos about the Atlantic Avenue Dash. What that is we're working with over 20 businesses in one small area within Brooklyn. And all those businesses will have Dashible deals through a week all at the same time. And we're working with the businesses ourselves, and Yelp is going to help us promote the event to get as many people as possible come out and enjoy those deals in that area from March 15th to 21st. We plan on doing that through other areas around town as a way to help communities, help these businesses, get people out and to enjoy them and find them, and also help these customers find deals and save money. It's a way to help us build some buzz and then get people on the platform. So what's next? We're going to continue working with the City of New York and local organizations. The Atlantic Avenue Dash, we're working with a local community organization that helps businesses in that area. We plan on taking that model throughout New York City. There's the city sponsors these things called BIDs, which are business improvement districts. And we plan on working with business improvement districts throughout the city to get access to the businesses within that business improvement district, help us roll out Dashible in a quick way in New York City. And of course, we're going to continue to find other partners like Eat Okra to help us push the Dashible product through other third-party platforms. And right now, Tony and the tech team are really working on the apps and making the apps even more user-friendly from a business side and the customer side to make people want to play with the apps more and more when they're looking for deals, when they're not looking for deals. And right now, we're looking to expand our marketing, sales, and account management team. But we've spent the last year building out the platform. It works really well. It's really robust. And now we're in a sales, marketing, growth mode. And that's our focus for 2021 is just the scale and growth. So why would someone want to invest in Dashible? No, Tony and I, we've done this before. We kind of know what we're doing. This is a different business, but we have a track record behind us, and we know each other well. We worked well together in the past. So a lot of companies have issues with founder drama, things of that nature. That's something that Tony and I don't have to worry about. We've become like best friends over the last 20 years, 15, 20 years. We know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and we work really well together. So that's not something we have to worry about. We built a global business together before, and we validated the product in the market. We've tested it with consumers and merchants. People like it; they continue to use it. And right now, we're ready just to add some, fuel to the tank and grow the business in 2021 and beyond. There's a QR code there, so if you have your phone, you can scan that QR code with your phone and download the app and start playing with it. So looking forward to answering your questions and looking forward to some investments hopefully as well. So thank you.
Wonderful presentation. Before I get to the questions, I just thought this, I love my people. There's a comment in here. Tamara says, I just closed my Groupon account based on this presentation. Support Black business. That's what's up. I love it.
Indeed.
All right. So let's
Humor.
start with the questions. Kim Hunter says, does the digital value also include NFT loyalty programs?
NFT, NFC, NFC.
NFT. So non-fungible tokens. So Kim must be a cryptocurrency
Let's only jump in on the crypto
aficionado.
stuff.
So,
Yeah.
so I am a big crypto enthusiast. I run my own master nodes. I do quite a bit with in crypto and the technology. I'll say this: it's on the roadmap. It's not available today, but it's definitely on our near-term roadmap. So yes, it will be there by end of this year for sure.
Wonderful. Chris Meyer says, when the pandemic is over, how can you assure us that you can keep the customer connected to that particular business?
Well, assure is a strong word. The business has to work as well. We can ensure that we can get the word out about that business and provide the business tools to help those customers come back, but we can't assure that these people will come. And we've seen people use the app. Once they start using the app, they use it over and over again. We've had several different events. We tend to see the same people use the app over and over again, and people will go from place to place to place. And it's up to us to work with the businesses to make that business no more sticky, loyalty and things of that nature. And they can kind of see the stats and track it and push out new promotions. They can see who's come, who hasn't come in a while. They can be smart and really work work the system, but use the system to maximize those efforts.
Wonderful. Purple Lioness says, will you be accepting crypto? And then she also asked the NFT question, but we answered that part. But will you be accepting crypto?
Yes, it's in the works now. We're testing it now.
Wonderful. Maurice says, what is your current revenue? Right now, how many business clients and customers are using Dashible?
So we have 375 businesses on the platform. About 80 have deals right now in New York City. We're letting them use it for free right now, and we're starting to charge in about 6 weeks. So the whole plan was to let people use it for free as we scale up, because it's a two-sided marketplace. You have to have businesses and you have to have consumers. So you have to load up the platform with businesses first, and then you get the consumers, and then you start making money. So we've gotten the first thing done, we're doing the second thing, and then we bring them together and start charging and making money. But we do generate some revenue to keep the business going. We have an offshore development team in India, and we do pretty much staff augmentation where people use our engineers to do work, and we get a profit, and we use that to fund the business right now on a day-to-day basis.
Wonderful. Essie says, will Marvin be able to access the Net Capital financial statements on netcapital.com and share his screen? This way he can walk us through the trailing 6 to 12 months of revenue and expenses.
So we could do that offline. So when we did Net Capital, we did that before we gave them documents for 2019, not 2020. So the stuff there is 2019, and we didn't do much in 2019, but do some software development. We founded the company. So if someone wants to have a side conversation, we can take them through the financials of 2020, which we're actually finalizing right now.
Okay.
And I think our revenue was a little under 100,000 last year, somewhere between 75 and 100,000 last year.
Maurice says, this is similar to ChatterSpot. Have you heard of them?
Yes,
I've
heard of them. I think one of our competitive advantages against them is we're almost done with this part, and some of it is done now. We allow our merchants to advertise through their social media platform via Dashible. And I don't think ChatterSpot has that. We're also doing the same thing as they're doing with SMS, being able to allow merchants to advertise via SMS as well.
Kim Hunter says, what is your projected rate of acquisition for new businesses coming online, free versus paid?
So going forward, so we're looking at bringing on at least 5 per day, so 150 per month, starting in probably March, April timeframe when we really ramp it up. So we did some testing before with our small team. We can bring on 5 businesses per month via over the phone calls. But the plan and over the long haul, and right now we have 1 salesperson. The plan over the long haul is to switch that to people signing themselves up, as they understand it's a self-service platform. There's still a sort of a disconnect because our platform is pretty unique in the fact that it's self-service. And companies expect someone to come in like a Groupon and kind of like, this is what you're going to do. We're going to do it for you, blah, blah, blah. but it's more like, Google ads. You just go up and you create your own campaigns. So once they get that and that clicks, they're like, oh, okay, it's easy. But the goal is for us to have people go to the website and sign themselves up. But right now, with our over the phone sales, we can close easily 5 per day.
Very good. Erica says, what is your timeline on expanding your geographical footprint?
So that depends on funding. So the next market is going to be Atlanta, and then probably looking like Tampa, Florida. That's subject to change, but the next one will be Atlanta. The one after that will be DC or Tampa. We want to launch, before the summer rolls around. By July, start rolling out to other cities around the country. But we have to have funding to do that, because we don't want to enter a market and not be able to really attack that market.
Maurice says, is there an option for consumers, or for customers to pay? Oh, we answered that one, Maurice. Yes, they will accept cryptocurrency. Is there any specific cryptocurrency you'll accept?
Bitcoin will be the first.
So we didn't mention this, so I kind of took it out of the presentation right before the presentation started. So our background is in fintech, financial services. So we are building out a payments infrastructure right now, and we have about 3 to 4 months of development on that before we'll be able to have like a wallet within the Dashible app. I don't want to talk about because it's not there yet, but we'll have a wallet in the Dashible app. We'll have a debit card attached to it you can use, and we'll have the ability for you to pay the merchant from your Dashible app via cash or like cryptocurrency, things of that nature. So it's a little further off in the year, and it's not launched yet, so we didn't mention it during the presentation.
You didn't know this audience was as sophisticated as they are.
Really good questions. Really good questions. I'm happy to see
Ryan
that.
says, is there ability for retailers to send push notifications to customers that are nearby?
Yes. Yeah, we have that. We have that in the platform now. We actually have a tool where you can actually segment the user that you want to send a push notification to. Right now, it's only for us to use. We have it in our back office. We haven't extended that to the business owners, but we will. So we have that built out to be able to do that. We want to make these push notifications smart. So our thing is we want the system to know or be able to tell you what push notifications need to go out in the system and do it for you, or you can do it manually.
All right, Ryan says, did I miss how the app is monetized? What does a vendor pay to use the platform monthly, or is it a percentage of sales?
So it's $49 a month up to $129 a month, depending on how many locations that business has and how many deals they want to run concurrently. And our goal is to keep the price point low to allow the small nail shop on the corner to participate as well. And to make it affordable. So we want this to be an inclusive platform where small businesses can really get on it and use it and leverage it. And that allows consumers to have more choices. So there'll be a proliferation of deals all around you that you can take advantage of in your day-to-day comings and goings.
Kim says, what's the primary value proposition within the competitive landscape? Credit card companies, Rakuten, etc.
Mm-hmm. So the thing we hear from businesses, we can tell you what the value prop is, but businesses tell us it's the control. They like the control we give them. We put the control in their hands and give them the tools to run marketing programs that work for them. And those needs can change, and they can change how they use the platform over time. That's what we keep hearing from businesses is the ease of use, quickness, and the control. Control comes up all the time. Control.
Yeah, and we're not in the cash flow part. We're not, dipping in their money. So
yeah,
business. Yeah.
And we're building as far as competitive, we're building a platform. So we're doing deals, we're doing loyalty, we'll do payments. We're also doing the social media integrations. So our thing is that they kind of dig ourselves in like a tick. We're not like a one-trick pony. We're something that once they start using it, it's going to be a high switching cost to go somewhere else, and it'll make their lives harder if they go do all these things under different platforms instead of doing them under Dashible. One of the things we hear from businesses, like all these people keep coming to me. I got Yelp, I got DoorDash, I got Grubhub, I got my Google, I got my Facebook, and every time I want to change my hours or something like that, I got to go to 8 different places to do stuff. Well, we're aggregating that stuff to make the business owner's life easy. So we have these API integrations that we're building out to allow you to do your business in one place and really manage your business end to end. Not end to end, but to some degree, from a marketing, sales, loyalty standpoint, and customer engagement in one place.
Andrew says, can Dashible download contacts from users' phones? That would make it easier to share deals with other users who might appreciate that deal.
We could, and that's a great idea.
That's, yeah, right now we'll allow consumers to share it with contacts, but we didn't think about downloading. We have to be careful there because there's some privacy issues with doing that. So, but it's a great idea. As long as the user accepts it and it's okay, then we can do it. But we'll put that on the roadmap. Great idea. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. You don't get a commission, but thank you.
Anonymous says, who are the competitors and what prevents another company from creating the same or similar app?
So there's always the ability to compete. You have to be ahead of the game and keep moving quickly. That's always a situation in any marketplace. So someone can always come and compete with you. The thing is about being smart and nimble, understanding what the business owners want. And we're keeping our ear to the ground, and we're keeping a local feel to understand what businesses want today and tomorrow and what have you. That's one of our advantages. And as far as competitors, our biggest competitor is Groupon. In New York is Groupon. There's another company that does not really similar, but they compete. It's called Cinch. Next door is kind of a far off competitor. Our biggest competitor is Groupon. I've talked to hundreds of businesses myself, and for us, it's always a unique proposition what we're doing to them. All they know is Groupon. They know Groupon. They Dashible. I've never heard really that you're like such and such. You're like this other company. It's Groupon, and they all hate Groupon. If you find me a business that says they love Groupon, I'll give you $100. They all hate it. They're forced to use it. And why are they using it? There's something out there that's all these competitors out there that people think are out there. Groupon is still the big boy in the block, and we're trying to take them off their high horse a little bit.
Purple Lioness has another question. Are you sourcing deals with Black-owned businesses, retailers, traders, and suppliers?
Yes, we are. So we added a black, it was actually I didn't talk about it, was on that little chart. We just added a black business filter. So if a business is Black owned, they can add that to their profile. And in the app, you can select to look for Black owned businesses within the Dashible app. And we're working closely with Eat Okra as well and doing a tighter integration with Eat Okra. And Eat Okra is exclusively list Black owned restaurants. So we'll continue to work with Eat Okra on the Black restaurant side.
Claude says, what are the CAC and LTV?
The customer acquisition cost. So the customer acquisition cost on the merchant side right now, it's about $40 to bring a merchant on board. We expect those merchants to stay around at the $50 rate for at least a year. So we think the lifetime value of a business is about $600 to $1,000. It costs us about $40 to acquire those businesses.
Right.
But the LTV is kind of yet to be proven, but we expect that businesses, once they start using us, they're not gonna depart. That's one of the reasons we have the price point low. So it's not something they have to think about, do I need to get rid of this? Kind of like your gym subscription or your Netflix subscription. At a price point where you have value in it, but it's gonna take cost to not use it. If it costs you more than $49 a month to not use it, then they just keep being billed. And that's one of the reasons why we have that price at that $49 amount.
Okay. And Kim says, what is your current burn rate?
So our current burn rate, we talked about that today. So it's Tony and I are not taking any salary at all, and we put money into the company. We're not taking any money out. We have a couple of, it's like a passion project. We have our 2 sales guys. They're not getting paid other than expenses. Our major expenses are offshore development team and our marketing people. We spend like we only spend $6,000 or $7,000 a month in expenses. We spend a little bit more this month because we're getting ready for the Dash, but we also bring in just about that amount from our offshore development. So the money that we're bringing in now is going to be just to start paying some of the employees that have been working for quite a while without getting much compensation, and for sales and marketing efforts. So that's what kind of helped us. Tony and I know better than to go out and spend a lot of money and get ourselves into bind. We kept our burn rate really, really low, and now it's time to kind of increase that burn rate so we can grow. So we're smart enough to not incur a lot of overhead recurring costs, so that when the pandemic hit, we weren't really, oh my God, we got all these things we got to take care of. And I think we're prudent enough to not get ourselves in those kind of situations.
Good. Ryan Knight says, at the moment, is it possible to onboard companies outside of New York?
Not currently, but that will change. It's a simple, flip of a switch on our side. So we're being strategic about going from city to city. So as we go to a city, we'll open up the platform to that city. And once we start getting that snowball effect going, we'll just open it up to the entire country. And we're doing some things on the platform to make that easier that we kind of didn't talk about because we haven't launched it again yet. So we're adding the ability to do other kind of offers in the app that aren't Dashible deals. So like if a business has a happy hour or bottomless brunch or student discounts, there'll be ways for them to list, or we'll actually list those into the app before we go into a new city. So the app has things that people can use while we add Dashible deals on top of that to just add more value to the app. Now hopefully it'll be ready in the next 3 weeks. So, and we'll actually populate the system with those deals on behalf of those businesses. And those businesses, if they want to go claim their account and then start posting Dashible deals and loyalty, they can do that as well.
Jamelia says, what other active businesses do you currently have and how are they doing?
So we have a wide range of businesses. So anybody that you can find on Yelp can use Dashible. We have a lot of restaurants right now. But that's because of the pandemic and the lockdown in New York City, because only restaurants could be open. But we have restaurants, we have nail salons, we have
gyms,
hair places, salons, barbershops, gyms, all those types of things, car washes. So anybody that you can find, any business you can find on Yelp, you can find on Dashible. And they're doing well. We have a couple that are doing really well. There's a company called BK Lobster in New York that uses us a lot, and they've done really well. Squirrel Cafe and Brooklyn Baklava are ones that come to mind that have really worked a lot with us and really benefited from the platform. BK Lobster actually they did a deal where they actually they had just launched their just opened their new store, and they did a deal for 100 free lobster rolls, which is pretty great deal. It was only for like a 4-hour period on a Saturday, and people start lining up at 11 o'clock. There's a line down the block of people trying to get in there. And in the app, you can set, one thing we didn't talk about, in the app, a business can set how many people can redeem the deal to keep them from getting inundated by business. So you say this deal is good for the first 100 people that can redeem it, or 50 or whatever, or the first 2, whatever you want to do. So this one was a 100 free lobster rolls, and people were lined up outside, and I was actually there during this time period. And when it got down to 20 people in line, people, you can see, because you can see an app, it goes 99 and there's 20 left. So people walking up, counting the people, see their number 20 or
breaking up, Marvin.
And the first 20.
He's breaking up a little bit.
I did everything for the start. Hear me now? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello? So they did 2 deals. They did one deal for the free 100 lobster rolls and a follow-on deal for 25. And people were running down the street. I actually bought 3 lobster rolls for people on the street, because there's a family. It was a lady and her mom and her dad, and they're like older people, and they're sweating. And like, we ran down here, and like, okay, I'll just put my pocket and buy you lobster. It was like, it built a lot of excitement. And other businesses on the block were like, hey, we want to work with you now, things of that nature. So it's a way to build buzz and build excitement and things of that nature. Now, once you have the app, we saw people like a couple miles away. I talked to Squirrel Cafe, and he said people at that event, and he had a deal running from, I think, buy one get one free bubble teas. People went and got his deal. So people were looking at apps, oh, there's something around here I can go get, and I can go around here and get this. So people like, explore their neighborhoods or whatever, and just find discounts and things of that nature. So it works well.
That's good. Tony says, congrats to Marvin and Tony. Great presentation. What data is provided to business owners aside from the swipes, giving predictive analysis for users' needs?
So right now, they can see how many people swipe right on their deal. They can see how many people have redeemed their deal, and how many, like the percentage of deals redeemed versus the ones allowed, and how many redeemed per day, those kind of charts and graphs. We'll be adding more and more analytics as we get more and more data on the platforms. That's what we're starting with right now. So we have right now is like what they call the minimal viable product. And I think we built a lot more than minimal viable product. So we'll start, building on those different pieces as time goes on. We're at version 1.0. It'll be version 10.0 one day.
Yeah, we're also integrating a lot of machine learning in there. So we're doing supervised learning, like based on users swiping left, they don't like the deal, and where they are, the vicinity, and who their friends are. So we'll get to the point where we'll start offering those type of deals to a friend of somebody who likes the deal. So we're going to expose some of that to the merchant as well, but that's on the roadmap.
Yeah.
Right. Next question, I'm gonna actually combine two questions together. So Maurice says, how much money are you looking to raise? Who's your advisor? And I'm gonna add Michael's question, what round are you at?
So this net capital round is kind of a pre-seed round. So we've capped it at 250. Our real goal is $100,000. We're at 23. Our real goal is $100,000, and that will allow us to get traction in New York and then get into the next market we want to get into efficiently. Then we'll probably raise more money after that later in the year, a larger like Series A round. That's why we're starting to make connections on the Silicon Valley side and raise a larger round. So we expect our valuation to go. We expect our valuation to go up a lot from here between now and the end of the year.
Very good. And who's your advisor?
So we have Kirkland and Ellis is advising us. We also have a friend at Perkins Coie that advises as well. We have a small board of advisors. Peter Kestenbaum. There's like people up here in the angel groups up here in New York. Not people that are prominent, but we do have a law firm, Perkins Coie and Kirkland and Ellis.
Very good. What markets are you rolling out into, and why those markets?
So we started New York because it's densely populated, and we're building this two-sided marketplace. So we're looking to roll out into metropolitan areas. And I'm here in New York. Tony's in Atlanta. I know Atlanta well, so as well. So it's New York, because I'm here, and it's densely populated. Atlanta, because Tony's from there. I used to live there, and it's densely populated. And then we're going to move down to Florida. And one of the reasons we're moving down to Florida is just because I guess the pandemic restrictions are a lot looser down there than in New York City. So that's why we're going to put them in the short list. And then we're going each major market. We have like 50 major markets in the spreadsheet we're going to go to, kind of going from the East Coast to the West Coast. DC, Boston, all the major cities you could think of, Chicago, LA, Houston.
Right. Jamelia says, what businesses of either of yours in the past have failed? What lessons did you learn from each failed business?
So failure. So I wouldn't say Icobo was like a success and a failure wrapped in one. And I might be a therapy session this might turn into now. But no, Tony and I we built Icobo to like a really large, you talk about unicorn companies, we built to like a really fast growing 60% month over month, growing globally in ways that are hard you haven't seen in the past. And we're competing head to head with PayPal and kind of winning in many aspects against PayPal. We found some VCs. We're a little bit younger, and I wouldn't say naive, and we had really good attorneys, but we signed the paperwork we probably shouldn't have signed. And I think the paperwork wasn't that bad, but the people we're dealing with weren't really scrupulous. So they leveraged that paperwork in the worst way they could possibly do, and kind of mess it up for everybody. So we went from growing like crazy to where we thought we're going to be billionaires in a couple of years, to not getting what we should have gotten out of it by signing getting in bed with the wrong people. And we found out that money comes attached to people. We got to be careful who you take money from, because every dollar is attached to a person. So you have to look at that person that's putting the money in as well, because you have to deal with that person and their issues as well. So that was kind of like a success, but it didn't succeed to where we wanted to be. And we all the four co-founders, we took like a 5-6 year hiatus after that, because it was really heartbreaking to see that something of that potential and magnitude like kind of getting taken away from you by things that I guess a mistake we made by dealing with the people we shouldn't have been dealing with. So yeah, and so that's the thing we learned, is like to be prudent, to never feel like never feel like you have to take money from somebody or you have to do this. There's always a way to get where you need to go in a way that works for you. and really, right now, Tony and I, we really vet anybody we work with, like the accelerator, the battery that we got accepted to. It was them interviewing us and us interviewing them regarding whether we want to work with them or not, regardless if they're able to invest or not, because that's only half the equation.
All right, all money is not good money.
Yeah. And that's something someone said, thanks for the honesty. I tell that story a lot because a lot of people like to sugarcoat everything and only tell the good side of stories. That doesn't help people that come behind you and to not make those mistakes. And somebody was talking to me about iCobo yesterday that knew Tony and I back in the day. And they're like, you and Tony are the Jackie Robinsons of fintech because you guys paved the way for the people that came after you. So I take it as a compliment, but we done that. We're like 15 years ahead of the industry back then, which is one of the reasons we're doing Dashible, because it's not, so far ahead that the world has to catch up to us. Like some of the things we've done in the past.
Very good. Mario says, who's your biggest competition? Mario, they answered that was Groupon.
Groupon.
All right. Jesse says, what was your initial investment cost?
So that's something we got to figure out. We probably put like $50,000 into it out of our own money. Before we incorporated, we put some money in. We really didn't count it, so we can't go back that far. We probably put like 50 grand of our own money. But Tony and I are really capable, so we're able to do a lot of stuff ourselves, which kept that cost down. We're able to get a really good offshore development team to help us out offshore, and we have a lot of people around us that believe in the business. That are working for free or for nothing, a little of nothing, because they just want to be part of it. So that's allowed us to not spend a lot of money, and we're smart enough. I wouldn't say smart enough. I guess we're smart, but we're also experienced to use funds wisely and figure out the most efficient way to get things done.
Very good. Jesse says, Claude says, Claude, we answered that question, what the burn and runway was.
I saw somebody ask a question in the chat about what we're only looking for 100K. So no, we could raise more money, but we'll be raising several rounds of funding. The cap on the net capital raise right now is $250,000. But with 100K, we can hit our next set of goals through the summer. And then we'll raise more money. And the way we raise money is you raise some money, build value into the company. Then the value of the company goes up. It allows you to raise more money without selling the entire company. So right now our pre-money valuation is at $4 million. We'll take that $100,000 to $250,000, use that to build value to make the company worth, just for estimation, like $10 million. So the next round, as an example, say we're priced at $10 million now, then we can take more money in. Say we took $2 million in, then we only give away 20% of the company. Right now, if we took $2 million in, we've given away a third, half to a third of the company. So you have to raise money in tranches, as you build value. You see companies raising $100 million because their company may be worth $1 billion at that point. So there's no selling 10% of the company. So we're doing multiple rounds of financing. We'll probably, who knows what the future holds, but we'll at least do one more round after this one.
Okay, Tanya says, is there support for companies who might need help navigating the app?
Yeah. We they can email us and we reach out immediately. We have our account manager and sales pro account manager Peter and our sales guy Dave. They're in constant contact with businesses when they need help. And they'll walk them through, sometimes set their deals up for them, things of that nature, and handle them if they need it.
All right. What's your exit plan for investors?
So our exit plan most likely is acquisition. So we think once we build scale, there'll be a lot of people I would think that'll be interested in acquiring us, maybe like a Yelp or a Google or someone of that nature that would acquire us. The other potential is to go public, and that's probably not my optimal exit strategy. I don't really want to be a CEO of a publicly traded company. That doesn't seem too fun to me. So most likely acquisition. We definitely want to exit. We're not trying to build this company to be private and then run it till we're 120 years old. We do want to exit the company when the time is right.
Good. Luana says, where can I find other information about your company?
Our website, and you can Google. There's a lot of stuff on Google, some articles, things of that nature, some podcasts I've done, things of that nature. There's some information on our website and our media center there, and there's a lot of stuff online if you Google us online. And someone asked about the 100K. The 100K will last us till third quarter, fourth quarter this year, and our burn rate's low. We can make it through pretty much the rest of the year off the 100K. But we do plan on raising funds later in the year. A larger round later in the year is our plan. So the plan is for this to last the next six to 8 months, and then we'll raise more money.
All right. Arthur says, what is the workforce or staffing you will be needing to run this business?
So we grow as we scale, and we're trying to be really efficient about how we grow. So right now, we'll probably have at least every city we go to, a couple salespeople and a couple account managers, and what we call our brand ambassadors in the city. We don't really need to expand our technical team. It's just sales and marketing people on the ground. So we need 2 people on the phone doing phone calls, a couple of people in the market visiting businesses, and we're starting this brand ambassador type of position now where we actually have people going out. If you go look at our Instagram, we have one person named Shauna. She's on our YouTube and Instagram now, and her job is to go out and experience Dashible and then post about it throughout the city. So we'll have a few people in each city that are going around, eating at restaurants, saying how good the restaurant is, and they got this great Dashible deal with their friends, and get their nails done, their hair done, all that kind of stuff. So, our overhead is not going to be that much as we go into each city, and we're building this. And that's by design. It's a technology-based business, and we're trying to leverage technology to scale quickly. You don't have a Google person in every city trying to help you search for Google when you go online. So it's online business like Yelp and things of that nature. So we don't need a lot of people to get the company going and growing.
All right, we've got a few more minutes for some questions. We will not get to all the questions. There's still 91 questions in the Q&A. We will not get to all of those. So I'm trying to scroll through the things we've already asked, but there's a good one here. Tanya says, what is your cybersecurity and privacy strategy?
So I've been in cybersecurity for over 20 years. It's my bread and butter. So we built cybersecurity in all aspects of our infrastructure. So we look at constant hack attacks and we block them real time. As far as privacy, we'll never share information. We'll never sell information outside of the company as long as I'm here. And also we don't allow global cookies, which allows Facebook and Apple and all these other companies to track you. So our privacy policies align with best practices in the industry, probably better than best practices.
Yeah. Tony's modest. Tony's he's a security genius guru. That's what he does. That's his claim to fame. He's actually hacks. He's a white hat hacker, so he hacks networks for people for a living, stuff like that. He's very adept at cybersecurity, making sure that we're secure.
Yeah, like Marvin said, our first startup company was called CipherLink, and we put the first ATM network in the Caribbean. So it was pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Sasha says, what major obstacles or weaknesses do you see in your business model and or the market, and how are you poised to address them?
So to put it, I try to be just honest. Building a two-sided marketplace is difficult. If we're just selling something to businesses, that's hard. Selling something to consumers, that's hard. We're trying to do both at the same time. That's a difficulty. So the difficulty we have is getting that right balance of getting enough businesses on the platform in the city, getting enough consumers on the platform, and bringing them together in the same place. We figured that out in New York. So we spent some time really figuring out how to sign up businesses. And now we're figuring out how to really get people engaged and wanting to download the app. So we think we've got that figured out in the New York area, and we'll just take that model and roll it out across the country. And the other biggest risk is funding. All these things take money to get going, and we're not at a place where we're throwing off cash to be self-funded. So that the risk right now is no running out of money before we can get there. But I don't think we'll go out of business, but we won't be able to grow as fast as we can, as fast as we need to grow.
All right, Maria says, how much of the market do you expect to capture?
All of it. I think if we had 20% of the market compared to Groupon, I think we'd be doing well. But I think we're going to expand the market. So our goal is to expand the market. So we have a Groupon that makes $4 to $6 billion a year. We want to exceed that in the US and globally. So our plan is to start in the US and go global with the platform, and to really democratize it by keeping that price point low and letting more people participate. Like a Groupon, like I told you before, a Groupon deal costs like $9,000 on average run a Groupon deal. That's not really affordable for the ice cream shop on the corner, or the nail shop, or the guy that does leather repair for shoes on the corner. So we're opening up to those people. So we're expanding the market in places where Groupon can't go. So we will be encroaching on Groupon's territory. And the lowest hanging fruit we have from a sales perspective are existing Groupon customers. So our salespeople say that the easiest person to convert to Dashible is somebody that's already using Groupon, because they're already in the mindset of running deals, things of that nature. And we come and, hey, we're only charge you $49 a month instead of $9,000 per campaign. So it's an easy proposition, and you can use it all the time to do different things within, do loyalty, and now you'll be able to maintain your Instagram accounts and all that kind of stuff within Dashible. So it's an easy sell to those people.
All right. You gentlemen have time for like 3 more questions?
All night. We work late.
Okay, all right. So this is a good question. Jesse said, who is in control of user data, Dashible or the businesses? And is that data sold to other companies?
No, we don't sell to other companies first, and Tony would never allow that. And Dashible is in control of the data. So we have all the data, and we're looking at ways to give the businesses access to the data in some ways, like be able to see see the email addresses of the people, but have it masked so they can see this person came in. But they'd be able to see some information, but not all of it. Then be able to interact with those people. Say these 10 people got a loyalty star and they haven't been back in 3 weeks. Send a push notification email to these 10 people, and they may have part of the email address available. They can't see the entire thing. And we're also looking at ways right now to have groups of businesses kind of share data. And I'm not talking about stuff that hasn't happened yet again. So like 5 businesses on a block, to be able to all have their data reside within Dashible, and to be able to leverage each other's customers for mutual benefit. So if you have a pizza shop next to an ice cream parlor, they can work to provide deals to each other's customers to work together. Like you buy a pizza here, you get 20% off an ice cream cone downstairs. You buy a pizza here, there's a bar down the street where you get buy 1 free drinks after you get your pizza here, and allowing these businesses to work together. We run it by, like we said, we're always talking to businesses, and we run it by many businesses that they like that idea. So we think about ways to bring something like that to market. Kind of telling a lot about our roadmap, but we're amongst friends, right?
Well, I think that's good, because I think the people want to know what the future plans are, right? Because as we think about investing, that's what we're thinking about. We believe in long-term investments, so those questions are absolutely relevant. Okay.
Somebody asked about the loyalty program. Do you see that one? You see some?
Is it one in the chat or the?
It's in the chat. It's in the chat.
Oh yeah, I'm not looking there. Let me try to scroll back up to it. Did you see what it was?
I can read it. I read it, but that's a good question. That is a pain point for us. About the question was how many vendors have loyalty programs that are tied to their card processing systems. Will Dashible be accessible? Will Dashible be able to augment those loyalty vouchers and replace them altogether? So we're actually talking to one business called Infant Nutrition, who actually is using the point of sale based loyalty program and looking at switching over to Dashible. That is an issue. A loyalty program, when it sits side by side by a POS loyalty program, that's kind of hard for us to explain. That is a problem we're trying to solve right now. So if you go to many, like if you have a Clover terminal, you may put your phone number in. You go buy whatever you're going to buy, you put your phone number in and get a star right there. The point of sale terms kind of integrated point of sale terminal. That is something we're trying to figure out how to contend with. But like people that see us, they like the flexibility of ours more than the point of sale terminal driven one. So we're trying to figure out how to combat that. And one of the easiest ways is to actually integrate with the point of sale terminals. We've done some research in that area as well. But that's not something we want to do right now. We've thought about it, but we don't want to get into that right now.
Anonymous says, how does the price point compare to other businesses?
So we're a lot cheaper. So like I said, to run a, like, there's a company called 5 Stars that one of our businesses used to use, and all they do, they sell this iPad that's a loyalty system. You get 2 iPads. They're charging $300 a month, and the guy I talked to, he had signed up for a year, and the thing, he took it off his counter. It's been sitting in a box behind the counter for the last year, and today came and picked it up. So he had to pay for a year. He hated it, didn't use it. Now he's using our platform instead. That's $300 a month. The Groupon charges it costs like $9,000 per Groupon deal to run. We're at $49 a month. And again, I say we want to keep this price low to let our thing is to let everybody play. So the more people play on the platform, the more choices customers have, the more data we get to build our propensity models and machine learning. So it benefits us, short term and long term. And we're not trying to like charge each business a lot of money and have a few deals. We want to charge many businesses a small amount of money. So there's deals everywhere.
All right, I'm just scrolling. I'm going to ask one more question. I see a lot of duplicates that we've already answered.
And right now, someone asked about bricks and mortar versus online. It's on our roadmap to work with online businesses. So right now, we're focused on bricks and mortar businesses. We do have some businesses that will put like a create a Dashible deal, and they'll put the loyalty code in the description on the deal, so someone can type the loyalty code into the website. But we're really not set up right now to do e-commerce. That's another thing that's on our roadmap. But right now, we're focused on there's a lot of things we could do, and we will do some of those things along the way. But right now, and one of the things Tony and I learned is to focus. We both have a lot of ideas. We're creative, but it's easy to zigzag around and go nowhere because you see this opportunity, that opportunity. Our goal is to stick to the path and get this thing done, and then go from there. And right now, there's a lot of money and a lot of opportunity in bricks and mortar businesses. So, and that's something that people are ignoring. Everyone's talking about online, and we all do a lot of online. We also live offline. So we have offline lives and online lives, and we're using technology to connect that online to offline connection and focus on the offline activities that people do. And as the economy opens, I think there's going to be a lot more offline activities than online activities. I think people won't be at home Netflixing as much when they can get out and go to the park and go out, eat, and have fun. So the focus is going to be we're waiting for that to happen. So we'll be there when people want to get out and do things, not be in the house. And I think the next year will be about people not being in the house, being online all day, about being out and about with your friends and family and doing stuff again. So I think we always got to do what everybody else is not doing. When you buy when the market is down, not when the market is up. And I think now is the time to be focused on online, because that's going to take a major shift in the near future.
Well, very good. I'm going to give a few closing statements. First of all, thank you, gentlemen, for joining us this evening. There were a lot of questions about what's the offer to the investor. I started out the presentation showing you to go to netcapital.com. If you go to Dashable's campaign page, you'll be able to see the specifics of the offering. The SEC does prevent them from giving those specifics verbally. And so that information is there. In NetCapital's site also, there's a place for you to continue asking Marvin and Tony questions, right? There's a discussion feed. So if I didn't get to your question, please don't hesitate to ask it there. Also, you guys will receive the replay of this. So some of the questions for the people who came in a little later, we had answered on the front end. So please listen to the replay, and then you can send your answer if you still don't have that. Thank you so much. A lot of information. Big ups to the community. Amazing questions. You guys are awesome. Great questions. And I hate that we didn't get to them all, but I love that you asked so many of them, and they were all amazing. Gentlemen, do you want to have any closing remarks?
Of me?
Yeah, Marvin, Tony.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here's a dog barking outside. I would say, thanks everybody for joining. It was fun. It's funny answering everyone's questions. We hope you would go to Net Capital to invest. But if it's not for you, if you can't invest at this point in time, the minimum investment is only $100. You can still follow us on Instagram. follow our YouTube channel. That helps us out a lot. And download the app. Those are things that everyone can do, whether you're going to invest or not. That kind of helps us get from here to there. So I appreciate everyone's time, and looking forward to seeing you guys when you're out dashing for deals with Dashible.
And the campaign closes on March 16th.
Yeah, March 15th, I believe.
March 15th? Okay, March 15th.
Well, sometime mid-March. Yeah, sometime soon.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, again, thank you so much. Good luck with everything. We will always remember Dashible because you were our first Bet on Black pitch. When you have the next raise, come on back and see us.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Have a good evening.
You too.
Bye,
Take care.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.